clouds. Okay. Okay. All right, everyone. Well, welcome, welcome. So we're just going to start in a nice, comfortable seated position. If you want to do crisscross applesauce or an easy pose, or even if your legs are out, you can sit on a pillow if that is nicer, give a little more support. And then with all my classes, nothing is required. If something doesn't feel good in your body, you do not have to do it. Especially this is great with the virtual yoga. You don't have to feel weird with people maybe looking at you. So just being comfortable in your own space. So once you feel grounded, just rooting those sit bones down into the earth, lifting the spine all the way to the crown of the head. Closing the eyes or just letting them be nice and heavy. And then maybe just move around really gently. If you want to come into stillness right away, you can, but maybe finding a little bit of ease in the body. And then begin to settle the body a little more. Taking a big inhale through the nose. Nice long exhale. Letting the body soften and letting the mind relax. And then if it resonates with you, you can set an intention for your practice today. It can be a positive affirmation, or maybe it's releasing something that no longer serves or benefits you. No overthinking, just whatever comes to you naturally. Letting it be and letting it sink in. Just feeling a calmness all throughout the body. Letting any worries or anxieties go. And feeling the body expand with every breath in. And letting the body soften even more with every exhale. And then taking one big breath in. One deep breath out. Keeping the eyes closed or heavy, gently take the chin towards the chest. And then slowly roll the neck to the right, circling to the back, all the way to the left, and back to the front. And again, reversing it, nice and easy. So keeping the head and the chin down, clasp your hands, let the thumbs be free, and then place the palms of the hands at the base of the neck. And then give yourself a nice little massage with your thumbs on the neck, releasing any tension you may have. Remembering to take a big inhale through the nose. Nice exhale out. And then we'll gently let go of the fingertips. Gently blink the eyes open, nice and easy. And we'll inhale the gaze all the way towards the front. Now we'll take the arms, inhale all the way up. Gaze is looking between the thumbs. Exhale, taking that right hand down to the ground. We'll inhale, lift that top arm all the way up. And then exhale, maybe extend that arm all the way over. Still rooting that sit bone down into the ground. So you feel that side stretch all the way up to the fingertips. And then we'll inhale the arms all the way up towards the middle, growing nice and tall. And then exhale, taking the left hand down and then opening up with that top arm nice and long. Exhale, maybe extend the arm over just a bit. Breathing through the rib cage. And again, we'll inhale all the way up. Exhale, taking it to the right. So this time, I want you to take that top arm and then inhale, kind of make a little back bend. And then exhale, sweep that left hand down towards the right. Again, inhale, opening up nice and slow. And then exhale, sweeping down. So just try that a few more times, gently opening up the front body. Nice little back bend. And you can always ease off. You don't need to do the back bend. You can just come up nice and straight. And then gently coming down. You can even play with it, maybe taking the elbow up first and then opening up. Just seeing how the body's feeling in this very moment. And then we'll just do that one more time, wherever you are. Inhale all the way up, growing nice and long. And then exhale, taking the left hand down, reaching that right arm all the way up. Exhale, begin to sweep that hand down towards the mat. Inhale, twisting all the way open. And then exhale, sweep. And again, a few more times with your own breath. And just imagine as if you were moving through mud, moving through honey. Nice and easy. And again, if it feels good, to bend the elbow and then open up. Adding a little movements in the body. And then we'll just do that one more time wherever you are. Inhale all the way up through center. Exhale, just let the hands float down towards your side. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale all the way up. And then exhale, float the hands down. 1 more time. Inhale up. Making lots of energy. And then exhale, release. So then just taking the hands or the fingertips behind you, we'll inhale the chest all the way up. Gaze is looking at the ceiling. If it feels good, you can always lift the hips up just an inch or two. And then exhale all the way down. We'll take the fingertips towards the front. And then just see what it feels like right here. You can always back up a little more. Maybe you want to take a twist to one side, see what's going on in the body. Maybe walking the hands to the other side. Again, seeing what's going on. And then maybe coming back towards the middle. If it feels good, you can just stay here on your hands. Maybe take the forearms down to the ground or even down to a block or a pillow. And then begin to tuck the chin in towards the chest. Let the eyes be nice and heavy or closed. Just relaxing the body again. Tapping into that parasympathetic nervous system. And taking one inhale in. Deep exhale out. We'll gently walk our hands all the way back up. Then we're going to come to a tabletop. So you can either roll over the knees or come to a side seat. And then pressing all the way up. Spreading the fingertips nice and wide like they're digging into some wet sand at the beach. shoulders over the wrists, hips over the knees. And then maybe sway a little side to side, forward and back, warming up the wrists, finding that nice foundation. And then we'll find a bit of stillness, nice neutral spine. On the inhale, lower the belly, open up the chest, gaze looks up for cat pose or for cow pose. And then exhale around the upper back, belly to spine, chin to chest for cat pose. Again, inhale, pull the heart through the arms, lifting that tailbone. And then exhale, reversing it, doming the upper back. And just a few more times with your own breath. If it feels good, you can always look to your right and then maybe look to the left, warming up the spine in a different direction. And again, we'll come back to that nice neutral spine. Neck is a long extension of your spine. Really firm, strong foundation. We're going to begin to slowly lift that left leg all the way up, straighten it, and then flex the toes down towards the ground. It's like your heel is pressing up against an imaginary wall behind you. And then taking that right arm and lifting it up, reaching the fingertips towards the front of the room. Just balancing here. Taking a big breath in. Nice breath out. Maybe inhale, lift the hand and the foot just a little higher, engaging that glute. Another big inhale in. Nice exhale out. And then taking just that right hand back down to the mat. We're going to inhale, lift that foot all the way up. Exhale, begin to curl the knee in. Maybe the knee comes to the nose or towards the forehead. And then exhale all the way out. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, taking the knee towards the nose. One more time. Inhale, lengthening out. And then exhale, using your core muscles, pulling that knee in towards the nose. And then inhale all the way out. Placing that knee back down to the ground, finding that foundation. And we'll inhale that right leg all the way out. Foot is flexing, pressing that heel against that imaginary wall. And then when you're ready, lifting the left fingertips all the way up. Nice long line from your fingertips all the way to your heel. Big breath in. Big breath out. Inhale the foot and the hand just a little higher, engaging the glutes. Another inhale in. And then exhale out. And then taking the left hand back down to the mat, we'll inhale, lengthen that leg up again. Exhale, curl the knee in towards the nose. Inhale all the way out. Exhale, curling in. Last time, inhale. And then exhale, using the core muscles. Inhale all the way out and then placing the knee back down on the ground. We'll inhale for a cow pose. And then exhale to a cat back. Coming to that nice neutral spine, making sure the fingertips and the palms are pressing firmly down into the ground. Engage the core. We're going to tuck the toes under and then just lifting up into a plank pose first. So engaging the core muscles, it feels good, rocking forward and back, side to side, finding a little ease in the body. When you're ready, slightly bend the knees and then begin to press the hips all the way up and back, downward facing dog. So keep the knees bent and see if you can lengthen out the spine. It's more important that the spine is nice and long instead of trying to force your heels down to get your legs straight. And then gently begin to pedal out the feet, opening up the hamstrings, opening up the calves. And then if it feels good, you can inhale up onto the toes, exhale the heels towards the mat. 2 more times. Inhale up. Exhale down. Last time. Inhale up. Exhale down. Just finding that nice downward facing dog right now. And again, it doesn't have to be anything intense. This is probably your first inversion of the day, so just being really nice in the body. When you're ready, we're going to inhale, begin to walk the hands back towards the feet. And place a nice bend in the knees. Maybe the belly meets the top of the thighs. Maybe grabbing onto opposite elbows, swaying a little side to side. Letting any tension in the shoulders and the neck just release. And we'll gently drop the fingertips down to the ground, keeping the head nice and heavy. We're going to slowly roll up one notch at a time, all the way up to standing. Once you make it up, rolling the shoulders back, inhale the arms all the way up, gaze is looking in between the thumbs. Exhale, hinge at the hips, swan dive all the way down, nice and easy. And again, slowly rolling all the way up, one vertebrae at a time. Inhale the arms all the way up. Exhale, hinge at the hips, swan dive down. Last time, inhale, rolling up, nice and easy. And then inhale the arms, gathering up all that energy in the room. Exhale, take that right hand, just place it on the side of your right leg. Inhale, nice and tall. Exhale, begin to lean over to the right. Left hip is arcing over to the left side. Nice side body stretch. And then we'll inhale, take it all the way back up towards middle. Exhale, taking the left hand down. And then begin to slowly bend over to the left. Still rooting that right foot down into the ground. And then we'll inhale all the way back up towards center. Exhale, hinge at the hips, swan dive down. And then begin to slowly walk the hands all the way back towards the front, coming into that downward facing dog. Pedaling out the feet again. Still waking up the hamstrings and the calves. On your next breath in, we'll gaze towards the top of the mat and begin to slowly step all the way to the top. Once you make it there, we'll inhale for a halfway lift. Hands can be on top of the thighs or the shins. And then exhale, forward fold. 2 more times. Inhale, halfway lift, nice long spine. Exhale all the way down. Last time, inhale, halfway lift, crown the head reaching towards the front room, and then roll the shoulders away from the ears. And then exhale down. This time we'll inhale, root to rise all the way up to standing, lifting the arms, and then lifting the gaze. Exhale, hinge at the hips, swan dive down. Inhale, halfway lift. And then exhale, take the hands down, stepping back to plank pose. Inhale, take the knees down to the ground, and then begin to bend the elbows all the way down to the belly. Flattening the feet onto the ground. Inhale the chest just an inch above baby cobra, and then exhale down. 2 more times. Inhale, maybe a little higher. And then exhale down. Last time. Inhale to maybe a full cobra. And then exhale down. So taking the hands right underneath the shoulders, and then elbows are pointing straight back. We'll tuck the toes under, engage the core. You can have your knees lifted up or down, but see if you can push yourself all the way to a plank pose. And then taking the hips all the way up and back, downward facing dog. 1 breath in. 1 breath out. Inhale, gaze towards the top of the mat. And again, just taking that nice stroll all the way to the top. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise all the way up. Exhale, hinge at the hips, swan dive down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, taking the hands back down to the ground, stepping back to plank pose. So this time, I want you to inhale, lift the hips up just a bit, and then rolling onto that left hand, coming into that side plank, open that right arm all the way up. So you can have your feet stacked or staggered. You can even have that Bottom knee on the ground for a modified. And then see if you can lift the hips up just a bit higher. Think of a rainbow arching all the way over, nice and strong. One more breath in. And one more breath out. Taking that right hand back down to the ground, coming to that nice plank pose. We'll inhale, lift the hips up just a bit, and then rolling over to the right side. Letting that top arm be nice and long. Inhale, lift the hips up a little higher, maybe arcing that top arm all the way over. Inhale in. Exhale out. Taking the left hand down to the ground. So we're going to do 3 push-ups. And you can have the knees up or down the whole time. We're going to lower the knees down first. And then begin to go all the way down to the belly. Inhale, exhale, pressing all the way up. Beautiful. Couple more times, lower down. Pressing up. Last time, lower down. And then pressing up. And then taking the hips all the way back and up, downward facing dog. Nice big breath in. Nice long exhale out. Inhale, gaze towards the top of the mat, and exhale. Maybe this time take a nice big step all the way to the top. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise all the way up to standing, lifting the arms. Exhale, hinge at the hips, swan dive down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, take the hands back to the ground and just stepping back to plank pose. So this time we're going to do a chaturanga. You can always have your knees down for this. But see if you can shift the weight over the wrist just a bit. Slowly lower down. Elbows are grazing the rib cage. Inhale for a cobra, upward facing dog, your choice. And then exhale all the way to a downward facing dog. Taking another big breath in. Deep exhale out. Inhale, gaze towards the top of the mat. Exhale, stepping all the way to the top. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise all the way to standing, lifting the arms, lifting the gaze. Exhale, thumbs come to the third eye. And then palms come towards heart center. So really rooting the feet down into the earth. Engaging the core, lifting the spine all the way to the crown of the head. And then taking a big inhale through the nose. Let the chest meet the thumbs. Exhale, sigh it out. 2 more times. Inhale. And then exhale. Last time. Inhale. And then exhale. And then just coming back, we're going to inhale the arms all the way up. Exhale, hands at the hips, swan dive down. Inhale, halfway lift. And then exhale, taking the hands back down to the ground, stepping back to plank pose. Inhale, nice and strong. And then exhale, lower down halfway or all the way. Inhale for cobra, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. And then on your next breath in, we're gonna lift the left foot all the way up, 3-legged down dog. Bend the knee, open up the hip. If it feels good, circle out the knee a few times, opening up the hip. And then we'll inhale, straighten out that left leg, squaring off the hips to the mat. Inhale, lift that foot just a bit higher, and then exhale, taking the knee to the chest. Take the foot in between the hands, low lunge. So again, if you have blocks, you can always put them underneath, even pillows or boxes. And then just letting the hips settle. When you're ready, we'll slowly take that back knee down, coming into our low crescent pose. Just staying here or taking the hands on the knee. And letting the hips settle, so not forcing your hips down, but just letting them sink just a bit, like a centimeter. Using the breath. If it feels good, you can have the arms all the way up Or let the chest open up with the fingertips reaching towards the earth. Inhale, taking the hands to the blocks or to the floor. We'll shift the hips over that back knee, coming into that half split. Front toes are flexing up towards the sky. Taking a big breath in the back of the leg. Nice exhale out. Inhale, we're going to come back to that low lunge. And then take the hands on each side of the foot, tuck the back toes, lift the back knee. Keeping that right hand down onto the earth, we'll inhale, twist open to the left, opening up that top arm, the left arm nice and high. Exhale, take that left hand down and switch it with the right. Spin the back heel down towards the earth. And then inhale that right arm all the way up. And again, you can always have a block underneath that left hand. Keeping your legs with where they are, nice and strong, engaging that core. We're going to lift all the way up. Warrior two. So then just adjusting your hips, see if they're square and level, letting that front leg be pressed up against that imaginary wall. And then just settling here. On your next breath in, we're going to lift all the way up, straighten up that front leg. And then exhale down. Twice more. Inhale up. Exhale down. Last time. Inhale up. Exhale, warrior two. On your next breath in, we'll reverse our warrior. Exhale, coming over the other way, extended side angle. So your forearm is pressing into that top thigh, so you create more space between your ear and shoulder, opening up. If it feels good, you can always extend that top arm all the way over. Feeling nice and strong in your foundation. Big breath in. Big breath out. Inhale, we're going to reverse. And then straighten up that front leg nice and long. Inhale all the way up towards center. So begin to shift the weight forward, hips come back. And then see if you can drop that left hand maybe down to the shin, or it can even be on top of your thigh if you have a block or pillow to also place your hand on for support. But we're coming into triangle pose. See if you can straighten up that front leg, but you can always place a nice little bend in there too. See if you can roll that right shoulder back just a bit more. And if it feels good, you can always take that right hand to your low back or even to that left hip crease. Again, backing off if any of this doesn't feel good. And then when you're ready, we'll slowly bend that front knee, come all the way up to warrior two, reverse. Exhale, cartwheel the hands all the way down to the ground, low lunge. And then taking that left foot to meet the right, plank pose. So you can go straight into downward facing dog or take your flow, whatever that may look like. And we'll just stay here for 3 rounds of active breath and downward facing dog. You can always come into child's pose if you need more of a breather, and you can stay there as long as you need. So if you're with me, coming back into that downward facing dog, we'll inhale the right toes all the way up. Bend the knee, open up the hip. And again, if it feels good, circling open that knee, opening up the hip. And then we'll inhale, straighten that right leg, nice and high. Inhale, lift the foot just a bit more. Exhale, knee to chest, foot comes in between the hands, low lunge. And again, taking the hands to the ground or to the blocks or whatever props you have available. Letting the hips settle. Letting that back knee come down to the ground, flattening the back foot. Staying here, or placing the hands onto the knee. You can even come up a little more. Let the hips be more square to the front of the room. And then as you breathe, Slowly letting the hips settle. Again, not forcing anything. Letting the breath just let you sink down a bit more. And then when you're ready, taking the hands to the blocks or to the mat, straightening up that front leg, coming into that half split. Again, letting those front toes be flexed all the way up to the sky. Big breath into the back of the leg. Nice breath out. Rolling all the way to the front, low lunge. Hands come on opposite side of the foot. We'll tuck the back toes, lift the back knee. Keeping that left hand down on the mat. We'll inhale that right arm all the way up, twisting. And then exhale, take that right hand, switch it with the left, spin the back heel down onto the ground. And then inhale, open up. Top arm reaching nice and long. And then keeping the legs where they are, engaging that core. We'll inhale all the way up, warrior two. So you can always shorten your stance if this is too much on the hips or the knee. Again, just finding where you are, just making sure that knee is not over your ankle, but a little behind or stacked right on top. Settling the breath, rolling the shoulders down the spine. Inhale, straighten up that front leg, lift all the way up. Exhale, warrior two. 2 more times. Inhale up. Exhale, warrior two. Last time. Inhale up. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, coming over extended side angle. Back heels grounding into the earth. Nice side stretch all the way to the fingertips. One breath in. One breath out. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Straighten up that front leg. Inhale all the way back up towards center. Again, shifting the weight forward, shifting the hips back, letting that right hand come down onto the thigh, the shin, or even the foot, the floor, or a prop. And then lifting that left top arm all the way up. If it feels good, taking the left hand towards the low back or even that right hip crease. Focusing on that nice calm breath. We'll inhale that top arm all the way up. Bend that front knee, coming into warrior two, lifting all the way back in reverse. And then exhale, cartwheel the hands down to the ground, low lunge. And we'll take the right foot, meet the left. And then taking it slow. So we'll all come down into a nice child's pose, taking a rest. So taking the knees as wide as comfortable, letting the big toes come together, shifting the hips back towards the heels, and then letting the third eye come down onto the ground. Focusing on that breath. Finding that calmness. Maybe coming back to that intention that you set at the beginning of class. And one more breath in. One more breath out. We're going to slowly walk our hands all the way back towards our knees. And then we're just going to come to a side seat. Gently take the legs all the way out towards the front. And then maybe give your legs a nice little good shake. So letting the feet flex nice and strong. We'll inhale the arms all the way up. And then exhale, begin to take the chest forward. So nice long spine. And then exhale, let the hands drop wherever they are. So maybe it's back here, maybe it's on the ground or blocks, or maybe you can touch your toes. Just try to avoid the rounding of the back, but finding that nice stretch in the back of the legs. If it feels good, closing the eyes, maybe even rocking gently side to side. Just finding ease in the body. No need to force or push into any particular pose. You can always bend your knees a little bit. Let the belly come onto the top of the thighs. Maybe you can reach your toes then. Just letting the body settle, lengthening, opening up. One more breath in. One more breath out. I'm going to slowly roll all the way up nice and tall. So keep that left foot flexed nice and strong. And we're going to bend that right knee. And then take that right foot on the opposite side of the left leg. Taking the right hand behind you, you can always place it on a pillow or a block to give you more leverage. And we'll inhale that left arm all the way up. Exhale, begin to twist to the right. And then letting that left arm press up against that thigh. Inhale the spine nice and tall again. And then exhale, spinning maybe just an inch or more. Maybe looking over the right shoulder. Backing off if any of it feels too much. Big inhale. On the exhale, do a nice little counter stretch or counter twist just for a moment. And then coming back to the middle. Letting the right leg come out, flexing the toes, and then bending the left leg, placing the left foot on the opposite of the right leg. We'll inhale that right arm all the way up. Exhale, begin to twist more to the left, letting that left arm come on the outside of the left leg, or right arm on the outside of the left leg. Again, inhale nice and tall. Exhale, begin to twist just an inch or more. Twists are so good for the digestion and detoxification of the body. So just breathing into the twist. Big inhale in. On your exhale, just a counter twist, nice and easy. And then we'll take that left foot and let it come out nice and straight again. So using the core, we'll just slowly roll down onto our backs, nice and easy. Begin to bend that right knee in towards the chest. Point and flex the foot a couple of times. Maybe circle it in one direction and then the other. And if it feels good, you can always gently pull that knee towards the right armpit, opening up the hip a bit more. If it doesn't feel good, just coming back towards center. We'll take the right arm out into a half T, and then gently guide that right knee to the left, coming into another twist. Trying to keep that right shoulder onto the ground. See if you can let go of any tension that you're holding onto the body. Let the shoulders relax, the legs relax. Just sending the breath into the twist. And then when you're ready, we'll take that right knee back into the chest, give it a nice good squeeze. And just letting it straighten out nice and easy. And then we'll just take that left knee into the chest, give it a nice good squeeze, and then point and flex the toes a couple of times. Rolling out the ankle. Again, if it feels good, maybe gently pulling that knee towards the left armpit, opening up the hip. And then taking that left arm out into a half T, we'll slowly guide that knee down towards the right, coming into a reclined twist. Bringing awareness to the body. Seeing if you're holding on to anything. Maybe you're gripping the floor, gripping your leg, gripping the toes, and see if you can just breathe and release a bit more. And then when you're ready, we'll take that left knee back into the chest. And then take the right knee also. Maybe rock a little side to side. If it feels good, you can do some knee circles in one direction, and then maybe reversing. And then when you're ready, we're going to slowly ease into our Shavasana. So if you need to neutralize your low back, you can take the feet as wide as the mat and then let the knees fall towards midline. If you ever have like back issues, this is a really nice reset. And then if you're ready to go into Shavasana, you can always have your legs on a pillow to prop them up, have a blanket on you, and just let the feet be nice and wide, let them fall apart. And then gently tucking the chin just a centimeter to lengthen out the back of the neck. Let the palms radiate towards the sky. Taking a nice big breath in through the nose, maybe the biggest breath you've taken in all day. Pause at the top. And then exhale nice and slow. Begin to relax the toes, the soles of the feet and the ankles. Relaxing the calves, the knees, and the tops of the thighs. Softening the hips and the pelvis. And then letting this peaceful sensation flow all the way up through the spine, into the belly, into the chest. Melting the shoulders into the ground and relaxing the arms all the way down to the fingertips. Releasing any tension you may have in your jaw. And softening the space between your brows. Letting yourself become one with the earth, one with the source, and one with the self. And then when you're ready, coming back to your body, coming back to the room, wiggling out the fingertips and toes, and then taking a nice big stretch like you're waking up in the morning. And if it resonates with you, rolling over to your favorite side into fetal pose. Taking one breath in and one breath out. Slowly pressing yourself all the way to a comfortable seat, keeping the eyes heavy or closed. And then once you make your way there, taking the thumbs to heart center, bowing the chin in gratitude for taking this time for yourself and for your practice as well. I hope you all feel a little brighter, a little stronger, and a little more at peace. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today. Namaste. Well, thank you everyone for joining, and I will see you next week.